Okay, here we've got some of the top selling cases on Amazon, and every single one of these is affecting your phone in some unexpected ways. Don't forget to stick around till the end of the video and I'll show you the cases you can pick to somewhat avoid these problems. And with that being said, let's get started. You've got the obvious problem of design. Manufacturers spend months perfecting the design of these smartphones, the materials, the contours, the aesthetics. They invest heavily in making them feel as slim, ergonomic, and balanced as possible. So by covering this up with a case that has probably had a few days worth of thought behind it, is in some ways counterproductive. But then we've got heat, and as you probably know when it comes to phones, we've had a fair few run-ins with overheating issues. But one thing that can exacerbate the problem is a case. You see, when smartphones are being produced, they go through some pretty vigorous testing to ensure they don't heat up too much, which can lead to fires and such. But this testing is of course done without a case on. Cases are generally made of plastic, and we'll come back to the metal cases in a minute, but plastic is an insulator. So this elaborate phone design that has taken into account the heat that needs to be gotten rid of is now being prevented from doing so. To demonstrate the point, we've got two 1+5Ts here, one with a case and one without, and a very quick temperature check is going to show us the difference. And this is not just a safety and phone longevity concern. Performance is also affected as thermal throttling occurs. This is when the chip inside is actually dialed back to prevent the phone overheating. It's a defense mechanism, but one that results in significantly less performance. Another thing, buttons, ports, and fingerprint scanners can become harder to reach. Higher-end case makers do tend to consider this, but even then, the very nature of making your phone 10% wider and 30% thicker is that everything becomes a stretch. It can go the other way too. Some cases can make the buttons a little too easy to be activated in a pocket, and on a few occasions in the past, I have found the music volume turning up automatically when I've tucked my phone away. You often find that your favorite cable no longer fits, or you have to do something silly like this to fit it in. Okay, so we mentioned metal cases, or cases with metal elements in them, and when it comes to heat, these are less of a problem, because metal conducts heat, can help the phone get rid of it. But you might find a little bit too late that your wireless charging has stopped working. Metal interferes with induction, which is why almost all phones with a metal back can't be charged in this way. Metal objects also interfere with your compass, and cases with magnets inside are problematic. If exposed to magnets for long periods of time, the chips in your credit cards can become unreadable, and as phones and cards are often stored together in close proximity, it's something you should definitely consider. And another thing you've probably experienced if you've used any case in the past is that they interfere with screen protectors, often resulting in peeling and eventually you having to take them off. But hold up a second, cases do have some noticeable benefits. Of course, you've got the protection aspect, and cases often reduce scratches, potentially resulting in higher resale value when your contract's up. They might also increase grip, especially with a lot of these slippery glass smartphones that are coming out nowadays. Okay, so the obvious question this leads to is, how do you get the benefits of the case without suffering the drawbacks? A skin is one option, but try not to get one that encompasses the whole phone. Perhaps just the rear, or just the parts you would be holding, so that it increases grip. This way you've also got scratch protection from surfaces, you've still got good heat dissipation from the sides and the front, and are still enjoying most of the great design of the phone. Skins do have the disadvantage of picking up lint, dirt and dust pretty much anywhere, and there's no real way to clean them. And of course, you're also likely to lose water resistance. Even a little can make the glue peel off. So then the other option you've got is a bumper case. But even amongst these, there are some good and some less good options. I've got one here that is metal to help with heat dissipation, but doesn't come close to covering the back of the phone, so wireless charging isn't affected. It's got silicone elements for drop protection and doesn't interfere with my screen protector. So as a bit of a conclusion on this, there is no perfect solution. But before buying a smartphone case, you need to be aware of the potential shortcomings and potential benefits that some may offer. Alright guys, I really hope you enjoyed this video. It was quite a long time in the making, and if you did, if you could smash that subscribe button down below, that would really mean a lot to me. With that being said, my name is Aaron, this is Mr. Who's the Boss, and I'm signing out.